if your favorite college football team was a fast food restaurant, who would they be? And so I got 4 different teams I want to talk about here that correlate to 4 different fast food restaurants, and just kind of trying to do the Lord's work here when we talk about college football in the most digestible way possible, pun intended. Clemson, to me, is Chick-fil-A. This is kind of the genesis that this whole segment is built on. Say, JD, Chick-fil-A is phenomenal. I understand. Guess what? Clemson, at one point in time, was also phenomenal. Went out and qualified for 6 different college football playoff berths when it was a 4-team playoff. The reason why Clemson is Chick-fil-A to me is because Clemson and Chick-fil-A both do things their own way, right? Like Dabo Swinney, he says, nope, not using the portal. Sorry about it. Actually, I'm not sorry about it. We're going to do things our way here. We're not making any apologies. Chick-fil-A, they say, Sunday, better find a second favorite chicken restaurant because we're closed on Sunday. We're not sorry about it either. And the thing with that, for the longest time, nobody batted an eye at Dabo not using the portal. You want to know why? Because of what I just said. They were reeling off college football playoff appearances. They were just showing up there every single year. It's like, oh, Clemson's back. Good. The product that Clemson had was second to none. It was top tier. It was chef's kiss. It was like the original chicken sandwich. I'm personally a fan of the spicy chicken sandwich. That's not here or there. For Chick-fil-A, you're okay with them being closed because they give you the best product in all of fast food for my money. You don't care they're closed on Sunday. As long as they give you the phenomenal stuff Monday through Saturday, like, we're all good. However, though, if Chick-fil-A were to start giving you a subpar product, people would have an issue with that, right? People would say, actually, that's kind of lame that y'all are closed on Sunday. Actually, I'm not quite okay with that. People are starting to say that about Clemson. Hey, no problem if you're making the college football playoff, but when you miss the college football playoff 3 years in a row, this whole not using the portal thing, actually, that's kind of lame. Actually, maybe you could use the portal. So both do things their own way, and they're okay with that as long as you give them the best product that the market has to offer. But when that doesn't happen, things start to change a little bit. Texas A&M, next up on our list here. Texas A&M is Whataburger. And I'm speaking directly to our audience in the beautiful state of Texas, because Whataburger has a massive brand, much like Texas A&M, in the Lone Star State. Like, if you don't live in the state of Texas, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, or 2, drastically different opinion on Whataburger. I think that's the exact same thing with Texas A&M. In the state, people are like, hey, A&M, it's a massive brand. There's a lot to like. Kind of a cult-like following in a way, like same thing with Whataburger. People are all in on Whataburger. They swear by it. And I think the product for both of those, what they have in-house, is solid. Like, if you ever had a honey butter chicken biscuit from Whataburger, like, vibes are high, man. It's a delicacy. It's a delicacy. However, the problem with Whataburger and the problem with A&M, for my money, is the direction and the consistency. We've seen A&M have a lot of great product in-house. What'd they do with it? I've had a lot of really good experiences at Whataburger. Y'all, I'll be honest, I've also had some not so great experiences at Whataburger. I've heard some horror stories about Whataburger. So I'm great with that honey butter chicken biscuit when you give it to me, but if I don't get it consistently, what's the point? What are we doing here? And the real thing for me here when it comes to Whataburger is if they had their ducks in a row, if I was getting 10 out of 10 every single time I stepped foot in that establishment, they'd be a national power. Same thing with A&M. If they got their ducks in a row and they were able to maximize the pieces internally, how good is A&M? I think they'd be a national power. I think we're talking about them being a college football playoff team year in and year out. Heck, they might have already made the college football playoff in this discussion if they had their ducks in a row previously under Jimbo Fisher. So A&M for me, it's Whataburger. Staying with the regional theme here, USC is In-N-Out Burger. Now, I've also spent some time in Southern California, so I grew up going to In-N-Out after going to the beach or after Pee Wee football games or after high school football games, whatever it was. Like, In-N-Out's kind of a staple within the state of California. Same thing I said about A&M and Whataburger is true about USC and In-N-Out. If you grow up in that region, you understand the brand, you understand the history, you understand the pageantry and the prestige of that In-N-Out logo. Same thing with USC, man. Like, you do your homework, got some hardware on the mantle. Believe it or not, In-N-Out has been voted the best burger in all of the country. Going to get some back and forth from that. That's okay. But even with that being said, I think there needs to be some juice around that logo and around In-N-Out. So with that being the case, nobody is questioning In-N-Out and their burgers. Nobody is questioning USC and their offense. I think a lot of folks would say, it's overrated. The numbers would indicate otherwise. There's a strong track record of burgers and offense. Now, the thing that people are a little bit divided upon or maybe have a negative opinion on is the French fries. Now, I personally think that the French fries aren't bad. I think there is just a little bit of some work to be done. If you're going in and out anytime in the near future, you order those fries well done, you add a little extra salt, and you're good to go. It's kind of the situation right now with the defense. There are some things there that could be put together a little bit better. Hasn't been previously, but Danton Lynn is now into the fold. Can we make that defense a little bit more salty and make it a little bit more well done? Maybe so. And if we do, hey, maybe that changes the way that you view In-N-Out and the way that you view USC nationally. So USC, to me, is In-N-Out Burger. Colorado and Coach Prime, on the other hand, they're Subway. And Subway now, national brand, nationally relevant. Mixed opinions, too. Some people say Subway's the best sandwich that you can find. Other people say I wouldn't go near Subway if that was the last restaurant on the face of the planet. I'd rather starve to death. With that being said, the thing with Subway, man, you get something new every single time. Every single time you get something new. Like, in terms of how you can order there, it's custom, right? You can get ham and cheese one week. You can get turkey bacon ranch the next. You get meatball sub. A lot of different ingredients to pull from. That's what Coach Prime is doing right now through the portal. Different ingredients at this point in time every single year. He's been there 2 years, but he's flipping over the roster every single year. Different ingredients. The question now is the quality of the ingredients. All right, like I love ham and cheese from Subway. I'm not 100% sure that ham and cheese is going to be creme de la creme, 100% the best ham they can offer me. But still, it's good. It's solid. I like the direction of it. We'll see where things are headed in the future. The concept is there. The ingredients are the real question when you talk about Subway, you talk about Colorado. Last one to get to here, Ohio State. Good folks in Columbus went back and forth on what we should make them. I got them as Five Guys. And the thing with Five Guys, massive brand, again, major following, really good ingredients. The thing, though, it's a little bit expensive. And God bless Ohio State, man. This past portal cycle, they got out the checkbook if we're going ahead and doing 2-2, and they made sure they got the ingredients they needed. Quinshon Judkins, Caleb Downs, kind of the same deal with Five Guys, man. Like, you understand, you walk up to that counter, you better be ready to pay somewhere north of $20 for your meal. Now, it's a great meal, really good ingredients. Is it worth what you paid for it? You got to wait till you get to the table and have the meal. Ohio State, is it worth all the legwork you did on the NIL front to acquire this talent? Remains to be seen. But I'm a big fan of Five Guys. I think Ohio State's in good position this upcoming season to make some really, really big noise. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, who you believe your favorite college football team is when it comes to a fast food restaurant. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.